Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another brand spanking new episode of Dunswell Zoo. Very, very cold here in the UK. It's, let's see what temperature it is actually. It's currently -2 at 4:30 in the afternoon, and it hasn't been warmer than that all day. It's absolutely freezing. We're starting with our lovely little monarch butterflies. I probably will redo this at some point. Some of the glass pieces have been updated in the game, so that guests can now see through them. So I'll probably do a custom glass enclosure. Just because, you know, the monarch butterflies, they could escape from this, and although, you know, escaping out here isn't so bad, I think viewing opportunities here are quite limited as well. Obviously this is as close as we can get. So you can see them, which is fine. You just can't see them very well, which isn't fine. Spoilers. Nevertheless, as you'll know if you saw the last episode, and obviously if you clicked on this video you'll know as well, this episode is the Southern Hairy-Nosed Wombat, and I've actually gone ahead and done the habitats already, so we're going to go and have a look at those right now. So I hope you've all been well since last time, but our Southern Hairy-Nosed Wombats are situated near our Queensland koalas and the Victorian koalas, so Victorian here, Queensland at the other side. And there's the giant burrowing cockroaches here. They now have a talk point. There's one. There's another one. I think we've got about 8 in here at the moment. Oh well. Anyway, wombats. So my initial plan did not go to plan. So if we actually take a quick look at the Southern Hairy-Nosed Wombat Zoopedia, you can see they're in this sort of sandy scrubland. There's lots of different grasses there. One of 3 extant species of wombat, scattered areas of semi-arid scrub and mallee. The young often do not survive dry seasons. It's a state animal of South Australia. One of the oldest was from the Brookfield Zoo. The male was Carter, who lived to be 34, and Vicky, his mother, who lived to be 24. Domesticated wombat named Wally was reported to have reached the age of 34. Hamlet, a wombat in Toronto Zoo, also died at 34. They are near threatened. But temperate and grassland. So I was going to go for this sort of design, really sort of scrubby, dry, arid, hostile sort of landscaping. When you actually put the animal in, they don't like it. So I've given them a habitat they like, which is a lot of grass, apparently. So I've got these big, tall rock walls. Viewing opportunities are much more limited on this compared to the common wombat, just because we want them to feel comfortable enough to breed. But as I said, I was going to do a cutout, and we've got donation boxes and planting and stuff. That's all in there. So we come along this sandy path, and we have the first of 2 Southern Hairy-Nosed Wombat Habitats. Try saying that 5 times fast. Southern Hairy-Nosed Wombat Habitats. Southern Hairy-Nosed Wombat Habitats. We have a male and a female in both. They only have 1 young at a time. And each habitat is double the amount of space that they need. Planting is at 50%. Enrichment, way more than enough for their needs. And they're completely comfortable. So we've got 2 here. And if we go into this habitat, you can see we've got 2 here as well. Again, enrichment, plentiful. I've tried to differentiate the 2 habitats. So this one is sort of more outer planting. You can see we've got the edges planted and there's just this London plane tree there. Whereas this one I tended to stick for planting in the middle and leaving the edges open, just to make them look slightly different, really. We've got our education boards up. I think that needs changing, Leaf, if you're watching, because they don't like the desert, despite it being on there. So if we just click on this one, what's the issue here? Oh, the keeper's on the way with the food. Terrain. I want to click on the actual animal. There we go. Yeah, so sand, I think it's a maximum of 25%. The rest of it, they want grass, soil. Yeah, planting's 57%. Yeah, temperate and grassland. But on the boards, it says desert, temperate and grassland. So I think you need to change that, Leaf. Not that you're watching my videos, but there you go. So we'll continue walking around here. All the care bins in. Education boards again. And you got these big glass viewing panels just to give more viewing opportunities for the guests. Gonna put some plants in here. Keep that bit open, of course, to see this lovely little sign of a cute little wombat. There's our Queensland koalas off to the left. Can we spot any of them? No. So you can get plenty of viewing opportunities for the Southern Hairy-Nosed Wombats, which is the whole point. What is that? Oh, it's the watermelon. The watermelon. Can we see Lucas, our male? You know, he's always boxed. I don't know why. Actually, we'll wait for that confetti stuff to disappear. There we go. So Janali is one of our Southern Hairy-Nosed Wombats. So this is probably one of my favourite views of the habitat. So you can see the burrow, you can see the Southern Hairy-Nosed Wombats, you can see the enrichment, the feeding, you can see to the other side. You can also see sort of into the corners here. And because I just didn't want bland rock all the way around, I've continued the signs for the wombats. And then we get over to here. And we're now looking at the second habitat. So you can see some enrichment over there. No sign of the Southern Hairy-Nosed Wombats here. What about from this one? There we go. There's one. I don't know where the other one's disappeared to. That I was going to put as the burrowing cockroach. So we'll leave that for now. There's a keeper checking on them. And that brings us back round to where we started off. And there's the other one, just behind this bush. This side then, the cutout, not much to show you really. Curbed on the front. Still need to do the billboards for the donation boards, excuse me. Oh, koala. Still need to do the... I get so distracted. Still need to do the donation boards for the Victorian koala. So curbed at this side, got the wombat donation in, and then rope fence at this side, some planting sort of spilling out. And it just gives a bit more privacy and allows the guests to fork off to very careful with that. It allows the guests to fork off the path to view the wombats away from everyone viewing the koalas. And that, my friends, is the Southern Hairy-Nosed Wombat Habitats done. So what's left to do? So I've got to plant this little corner here. This numbat habitat needs a redo because there's very, very poor viewing opportunities in here. The platypus habs need a little bit of tweaking. If we just head down there quite quickly, actually. It's going to be a really short episode, this one. This area, absolutely fine. The talks are going to be here. We've got the education up. We've got viewing windows. Visibility is at maximum. Nothing else to say there, really. We've got the toilets hidden in here. Really like how that turned out, actually. This I'm going to change, I think. I'm going to put a slightly thinner rock in, just so it's not so bulky and it doesn't push through the glass. And I've somehow ended up on top of the... something goes wrong every episode. Right, and then, oh my god. Can I? No, you're gonna make me. There we are. Okay. It's this habitat what needs some tweaking anyway. So I'm gonna change this. It's gonna be a thinner rock. This is a bit bulky and it pokes through the glass at the other side. It's gonna be a bit neater, a bit smoother. And then I've added this already, which I was going to wait to show you at a later date. But the prop packs have now been updated, including the Outback pack. So we've got our platypus statues here. I really like this. Just a little decorative bed. That's all it is. So it's a little seating area just down here if you're waiting for the talks or you want to get away from the beating sun that's coming through the glass roof. You would just sort of chill down here. And then the yellow-footed rock wallaby. Their habitat is going to get a complete makeover because viewing opportunities aren't great at the moment. But I really don't like this waste of space at the back here. It was alright at the time, but meh. I think if we push this right to the back and stagger it a bit more, because the wallabies can use some of this area if we just... wrong one. Go for traversable area. Yeah, they can sort of jump on parts of the rock. So we want to stagger it a bit more to make that way more accessible for the yellow-footed rock wallabies. And improve the viewing opportunities for the guests, but also make the habitat more interesting and more authentic for the yellow-footed rock wallabies. I've been looking at some habitats for the yellow-footed rock wallabies, and I've definitely got some inspiration for some features to include in here. We of course have an albino one. May get rid of this, not 100% sure yet. They tend to just sort of lounge outside. Sometimes they use it, sometimes they don't. So we'll see. I may put a staff path in here bring the fence across and we can fit some staff facilities in there. There are some staff facilities in here, if I can remember where I put them. I've hidden them well. Over here, yeah. Got a large keeper hut and a small staff room. But there are only 2 staff rooms in the Australia zone at the moment, and we've got a lot of staff, so perhaps I'll do that. We'll put some staff facilities in here. We'll just sort of bring bring a path in, and then sort of cut this fence round the back here. Get rid of that. I think I'll definitely do that, yeah. But definitely some better viewing opportunities in a more authentic habitat for the yellow-footed rock wallabies. Not that this isn't authentic, because they're at 32% planting. Terrain is absolutely fine. They like long grass and they like sand, so maybe we'll give them more sand and do a bit more terrain work that way. But yeah, that will be the next episode. It's just going to be a quick episode of touch-ups here and there, just stuff around the Australia house that needs touching up. That's essentially it. So, Wombat habitat redo, yellow-footed rock wallaby redo, new staff zone. The billboards I'll be doing off camera. Any bits of planting that need doing just around the outsides to block that grey beer of the walls. There were common wombats. Oh, the doors, of course, they need putting in. That'll be the next episode. And then the episode after that will be a cinematic tour. But here's where I want your input for this. I was thinking, do I just do it as a cinematic tour where we walk around and there's just music and that's that? Or do you want more of a guided tour where it's a little bit more like an advert, I guess, would be an apt way to describe it? Something more along the lines of like, as you enter the Australia house, you will find our common wombats. At the zoo, we currently have 2 common wombats. They have recently bred. They've recently had offspring. If you're lucky enough, you may be able to catch our little common wombat cub. I don't know. I'll do some more research before I do something like that anyway. So a bit more like an audio guided tour, or would you just like music? Let me know your thoughts regarding that. But if I can find my little piece of paper in the dark, the reason why I've sort of rushed this episode out and the next 2 are pretty sort of low-key things is because I'm taking a break for a few weeks. It is by choice. It's not that I'm overwhelmed or anything like that. So I want to sell some stuff on eBay. So that's one of the reasons why I'm taking a couple of weeks break. And the other reason is I'm currently retraining. So for those of you who don't know, I'm actually a qualified college lecturer. I'm qualified to teach media and film at up to the second year of a degree. Little bit of a blow my own trumpet moment there. But I haven't taught for a while now. So I'm retraining, and I'm either going to be going into safeguarding or counselling for education. So I'm going to be starting a course to do that. So I'll need a couple of weeks to sort of see the kind of workload, what I'm faced with, whether it's going to be doable to do this alongside the course, or whether I'm going to have to pause this indefinitely until the course is complete. The course is only 9 weeks, so don't worry too much. I'm not going anywhere permanently. But yeah, that's why I've sort of rushed this episode out, and then the next 2 episodes are just going to be me saying this is before and this is after. And then, of course, we have the cinematic tour. But I'd love your feedback on that cinematic tour, whether you want it to just be cinematic shots of the Australia house, or do you want it to be more of a sort of audio guided tour. Please let me know. Either way, thank you very much for watching, my friends. We will finish, of course, with our friends, the Southern Hairy-Nosed Wombats, and I shall see you all in the next episode, where we'll be doing various bits and bobs around the Australia house. Until then, my friends, let me just get everything set up. Until then, my friends, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Really helps me out, helps the channel grow. And I, for the time being, do exclusively Planet Zoo content. You can find me on Instagram at JW_YT. I'm fairly active on Instagram. You may only see posts like every week. Look at that wombat go! Bloody hell. You may only see posts like every week at the moment. That is active for me. But yeah, either way, I've talked for far too long. I'm just waffling for the sake of it now. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Stop running! Why does it run everywhere? Let's go to the other ones. The other ones might be a bit more camera friendly. Here we go. Wait for it. This one will start running now. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, Instagram at JW_YT. Until the next time, my friends, stay safe, stay kind, and I shall see you all in that next episode. Bye-bye for now.